up. I got another long day. I need a cup just to keep me sane. It's hard to see with only one eye open. I wanna lay back down, but I gotta get going. Today I need to go.
Welcome back in.
To the coffee shop just down.
It is the Mark and Brown Radio program. We welcome this gentleman to the show. Actually, both these gentlemen. First, Jonathan Clark. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Gary Oldman. Gary, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
And playing guitar with them is Kerry Park. Good morning, Kerry.
Good morning.
All right, so this is a guy maybe you haven't heard before, but he has just blown us away, and he has been a musician, part of bands, some really huge bands with some really huge names, Dwight Yoakam being one of them.
Yep.
And I'm sorry about that. I'm glad you came out of that okay.
Now, this whole thing came about. A friend gave you the CD, right?
He did. A mutual friend, and said, you got to hear this guy's music. And because he kind of knew my kind of taste in music, so he puts it in. One night we had gone to Mastro's, and he kept saying, we forgot to put it on in the car, so he brought it in, and we put it on, and it just, bring him in. And he said, well, also, Gary Oldman is a friend of his, and he also sings with him, and he would, if you have Jonathan on the show, he'd like to come in with him.
Nice.
And he also, we found out in our bio sheet that, Gary, you directed the video.
Yes, I did. For I'll be there. Yes.
Now, how did that come about?
I think I just they were talking one night about doing a video and throwing ideas around. I think it was in Daniel's kitchen, Jonathan's brother's kitchen, and I said, "Well, I've directed. I have an idea." And that's how it really came about. I mean, it's been a strange thing, really, because I knew Daniel, Deborah and Daniel at school. Our kids went to the same school. And then through them, he said, well, my brother's a musician, and then he was recording, literally 2 minutes down the street. And then one day they called up and said, do you want to sing a harmony on this track? And so I've just sort of fallen into it.
Well, there's worse things to fall into.
We were listening to you guys rehearse earlier, and your voice, obviously Jonathan's voice is just, it's just so right on. But Gary, you're a tremendous singer, and I don't know that many of us knew that.
I wouldn't say tremendous.
Well, you'll hear when they sing their first song here.
All right, why don't we go ahead and knock one off, as they say.
All right.
Heaven's in your eyes tonight. Is like falling inside of a dream, but it's so real. The way you hold it just feels so right. You tell me all I need to know. Without a sound, your fingertips show the way you feel. So right, just holding me tonight. I believe a heart can hear, and you will see that I'll be there anytime your heart calls my name. I'll be there. Let your heart come out and play. We will run to a place I know. We'll be free. Just take my hand and we will go. Find the strength you need in me. I will stand before all you feel. Don't be afraid, 'cause love is near anytime you need. I believe a heart can hear, and you will see that I'll be there anytime your heart calls my name. I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be calls my name, I'll be there. Say you'll never let me go. Let me hold you forever in my arms. You are the light, and I see it in your eyes tonight. 'Cause I believe the heart can hear, and you will see that I'll be there anytime your heart calls my name. Yeah, anytime your heart calls my name, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
If that song doesn't get you laid, nothing will.
Which I think is the goal anyway.
Wow.
Now, Jonathan has toured with, as he said, Dwight Yoakam along with Christopher Cross, and also you performed or did some dates with Don Henley.
I did a few. I did a lot more playing with Glenn Frey. Did a lot more touring with Glenn Frey and Joe Walsh. They'd kind of go out as a little duo, but party of two. But a lot with Glenn Frey. Did a few shows with Henley. I've kind of pretty much done something with every one of the Eagles. Done vocal sessions with Timothy Schmidt.
We've had him on the show several times.
For Dwight, actually.
Are you writing all of the songs on the album?
Yes, I am. There's only one co-write, and my brother Daniel and I collaborated on a couple. But yeah, it's pretty much me.
And all these years on the road with Dwight Yoakams and then Tim, were you just kind of always writing for your own, knowing that there's going to be an album someday for me?
Yeah, I'd always been writing, but I knew that the kind of record that I wanted to make, I didn't want to just throw together like just some kind of a bad garage kind of a record. So it was just kind of waiting and just touring and making money, and then Daniel and I kind of got together, and everything just kind of opened up. He kind of built a studio, and we just had the opportunity and the time and money to kind of go in and do it right.
But you're a perfectionist, Jonathan.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Well, from one to another, that's Gary speaking. We're going to kind of intersperse between the two.
Please.
Gary, whether you'll agree with it or not, you are one of our finest working actors.
Thank you.
And as any good actor will tell you, it's all about the preparation prior to showing up on the first day.
Yes.
Always been interested in knowing what your preparation was for Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, my word. Well, they loaned me a coffin.
Did they?
That I
did not.
They loaned me a coffin that I had in my garage where I was living at the time. And I remember along the way one night I picked up a bunch of people. There was Nick Cage and there was Charlie Sheen and a whole bunch of us suddenly all at my house. As that kind of thing would happen in those days.
Right.
You know, things have quietened down a bit since then. But and as I was walking in, I had a little switch that I could flick, and in the side of as you went in through the front door, that would open the garage door. So I sort of flicked the switch, and they were all out in the driveway, and this thing would open, and it was a light above an open coffin. And I kidded them. I said, that's where I sleep.
Now, where did you find the dialect for this guy?
For Dracula?
Yeah.
We found someone in California who was from Transylvania, only in L.A.
Wow. And how long did you work with him?
Oh, months. And I also I worked with a singing teacher because I wanted to sort of lower my voice for the role. So I worked almost 6 months I lowered my voice almost an octave for the part. But, yeah, I mean, each part sets up its own set of hurdles that you have to clear. You know,
Right.
Some things take a lot of research, and other things, take less. It depends.
Well, fantastic work. I don't know if you have sat down and watched it. I wonder, do you sit down sometimes and watch an old bit of work and find something new that you yourself didn't see at the time?
Rarely.
Yeah.
I think my favorite work is, next week.
Right.
And I'm critical about it, but there are moments I do. If I see things, I don't go out of my way to see them. But if I'm channel surfing and there's a movie on, then I might sit and watch 5 minutes of it and think, oh yeah, that was kind of close to what I wanted.
Well, he calls you a perfectionist.
Yeah. Well, I was going to bring it.
No, but he is. I can.
So you relate to that?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Where he's tweaking a thing and he wants just another take, or he says, well, maybe we could just put another guitar in or something, or it might need a slide, or it need, he's always finding that.
You just kind of walk away at some
point. And eventually you have to abandon it.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who said it, but it's like a piece of art. It's never really finished. You just have to kind of walk away from it.
Well, just in case you haven't seen Dracula, you were really good in that.
Oh, thank you. It was a long time ago. I was a young...
It was awesome.
All right.
We'll get business done. Our guest today is Jonathan Clark. His new CD is called I'm Just Saying. It's on iTunes now. We'll come back with more right after this. It is the Mark and Brian Radio program.
It is the Mark and Brian Radio program, and this is amazing. We're enjoying the music of Jonathan Clark. He's got an album out called I'm Just Saying. With him is actor Gary Oldman. He's a hack. Well, just never mind about him. And also on guitar and wonderful vocals is Carrie Park.
Now, Jonathan, for a musician in your position, it's tough to get your stuff out there.
Yes, it is.
And I'm looking down here, and I'm assuming, obviously, to help pay the rent, you have done vocal work on ads for Coors, Fruit of the Loom, Coca-Cola.
You were in like a grape suit, were you? Or
no, that was Gary.
Apple. That was Gary. That was early years of Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
And Kingsford Charcoal.
Yes.
Now, those pay well.
They actually did pay well. The Coke one especially was an international spot that definitely paid the rent for a little while. Lately paying the rent has just been going out on the road with all these other artists. But yeah, that definitely pays well.
Now, at some point, can you continue doing this kind of thing while you're trying to hang your shingle out there, or is it a thing where at some point you have to just say, okay, no more. I'm going to live on what I'm doing?
Well, I was a session singer actually for a while, and been singing on a lot of records for Dwight since about 2000.
Right.
But then that's kind of like, matching up with his inflections, and then like the Kingsford Charcoal was singing "Hey Good Looking," like "Hey Good Looking." So it's a completely different thing. I could probably kind of do it. It was actually interesting though when I started doing my own record, because I'm doing so many vocal sessions for other people and trying to emulate or cop their stuff, that I had to kind of discover myself when I was doing my own record.
And that's hard to do sometimes.
It can be.
Money's rolling in. You're comfortable. You've got success.
I sing like this all day long, man.
We're going to take a few calls to each segment here. Let's go to John in line 10. John, you're on the air with Jonathan Clark.
Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener, guys.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, I got to tell you, I have a secured manhood side like Mark, but I'll tell you, I brought out that sappy side with Brian. I just cried tears, man, just in my car driving. That was awesome.
Pussy.
Yeah. And I also got to say, Gary is like a great actor. Every time you see him, he's just intense. It's great. But I definitely want to buy that CD and go and get it right away. I just want to say, man, that really brought me to tears, and I can't wait to see my wife. And call me what you want, Mark.
I don't think you're a pussy, John. Thank you so much, man. That's great.
And Jeannie on line 4. Good morning, Jeannie. You're on the air.
Hi. This is first-time caller, long-time listener, like the other guy said. Jonathan.
Jeannie.
I told you, Paul.
Oh my God, I know who this is.
I made it through. This is such a trip to listen to your songs and you and Gary on the radio. This is awesome. It's a long time in the making, and nobody else deserves better than you. I think it's so awesome.
Oh, thank you, Jeannie. I so appreciate that.
And there are a lot of people struggling, musicians in here, and Jonathan is truly the nicest guy in the business, and I could not say that enough. And I've known you for like 14 years, and when he was playing at the little hole in the wall bar in Chatsworth, and me and my friend Shelley used to go there on a Thursday night, and it was just a bartender, 3-guy band, Jonathan, Wade, and I can't remember the third guy's name, but and it was just 2 of us. It was just 6 of us in the whole bar, and we went there faithfully because of how awesome Jonathan is. And I think it's amazing that Gary had sponsored you and directed your video, and I just more I can't say enough. I'm just speechless.
Gary Oldman is just trying to ride Jonathan's coattails to the top.
I'm working on my music career.
Well, would you do us another, please?
Well, we'll do another one. Actually, this one is another one that Gary was singing on the record, called Best Way. Show you why I bleed. And I know that you want to please me, but I still feel a little too close to pain. Yeah. You know and I know there've been walls coming up. We've tried enough to know that this is the best way that I can love you. I wish I could be there every time you fall, but I just can't pick up every time you call. You want me to be the one to make it all okay, but every time you pull me in, you're pushing me away. You ask me why I stay, and I show you everything will be okay. But I know that we are still deceiving, 'cause I can't cry and you can't stop the rain. Somebody please stop the rain. You know and I know there have been walls coming up. We've tried enough to know that this is the best way that I can love you. I wish I could be there every time you fall, but I just can't pick up every time you call. You want me to be the one to make it all okay, but every time you pull me in, you're pushing me away.
the best way that I can love you. I wish I could be there every time you fall, but I just can't pick up every time you call. You want me to be the one to make it out okay, yeah. But every time you pull me in, you're pushing me away. Oh, it's the best way I can love you. The best way I can love you. The best way I can love you.
You're listening to Jonathan Clark. The new CD is I'm Just Saying. Gary, I wanted to bring up another bit of your work. Immortal Beloved is where Gary portrayed Beethoven. And one of the little-known things about Beethoven that a lot of people don't know is that he was deaf.
Yes, he was.
He couldn't hear. And you know how in film, as a fan, sometimes I can't remember the entire movie that I've seen, but images are what stay with you. There was a moment in Beethoven's life he decided that he would no longer perform publicly. He just wasn't going to do it. And there is a moment in that film where Beethoven walks into a room and there's a piano there. There's no one else around. And Beethoven is going to play for himself. And though he couldn't hear it, Beethoven leans over and puts his ear down on the piano so he can feel the vibrations. That was a wonderful moment in that film.
I mean, that was Bernard Rose who wrote and directed. I mean, that was very much in the script. But it's a fantastic moment because he sees that piano for the first time. And it is really, it's almost like someone who likes cars looking at a sports car for the first time, or a pilot looking at Concorde. I mean, it's this new invention. I mean, you know, because it had the pedals and the whole thing, so it was this new piano.
Right.
And but he was feeling the vibrations of it through the instrument, because I think he was almost, by the time he was 36, he was almost stone deaf.
Wow.
But 36, and he had all that wonderful music yet to come.
Now, you know, we talked about Dracula. We talked about Immortal Beloved and Beethoven, and you, of course, brilliantly played Sid Vicious. Do you like portraying someone that already has an existence, or do you like, as an actor, a character that you can totally build on your own?
It depends. I mean, it's really just the way it came to me. I mean, you mentioned Immortal Beloved. I mean, I played Sid Vicious, and I played Lee Harvey Oswald, and I played, you know, Joe Alton in Prick Up Your Ears. I mean, I turned down Immortal Beloved about 4 times, and it kept coming back.
Why did you turn it down?
Because I didn't want to be the bio kid.
Okay.
I thought, you know, and I said, get Anthony Hopkins. He looks more like Beethoven than I do. You know, so...
So why did you eventually decide to do it? Story? Script?
I thought I thought that if it, I mean, they went out to someone and they were going to make it with someone else, and then it didn't happen, and then it went to another actor and he wasn't available, and then 6 months later it came back and I sent it out again, and it kept washing up on the shore, and I thought, someone's telling me something, you know, I should just do this.
Well, it was a gift for the rest of us, because not only was your performance, as usual, stellar, but it told us something about a character that we all know of and parts of his life that we did not know about. And that's what a good movie is.
It plays a little like a thriller, really, because that letter is, that exists.
True, then.
That letter's true, and they found it at the back of in a little secret hiding place in the back of a bureau.
Those of you that have not seen it, do yourself a favor and check it out.
And not to bring up another picture where you played another person, and for the bio kid, you don't want to be that, but I got to tell you, your work as Marilyn Monroe.
I know.
What did you draw from?
I thought of it was I just saw white light.
Yeah. Okay.
And I minced towards it in my heels.
You minced, did you?
I minced.
Yes.
All right, with us today is Jonathan Clark and Gary Oldman. We'll come back and do one more. It is the Mark and Brian radio program.
Welcome back in. Mark and Brian radio program. We are in the back studio all set up. Jonathan Clark is here. His new album, I'm Just Saying, is out. And where do they get where do we go?
Well, you can get it on iTunes. There's a bunch of places. It's your favorite online music shops. Also, you can go to jonathanclarkmusic.com and read all about me and check out all videos and this wonderful video that Gary directed. And you can link to Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
Now, when it comes to making a musical video, and Gary Oldman is here with us singing with Jonathan, the concept of a video can be kind of tricky. You can just kind of hand it to, like country music videos. You can hand it to them, or you can be creative with it. Who came up with the concept, and how did it all kind of work out?
Well, we just talked about it, and about the song was actually, it was a love song that I had written, but I actually wasn't in a relationship. But I thought, well, so if I maybe finish the love song, write it, and she will come. And I don't want anyone.
But it was about
too easy.
It was about being in love with, in a way. It was about being in love with someone that you hadn't met yet.
Yes, exactly.
And but my thing, very strongly, was just to not get too fancy and clever with it, because we are sort of introducing Jonathan. So we wanted to just see him. Here's a guy. This is what he looks like. Yes, he's talented. He plays. He sings. He looks like this. And let's not get too overly creative with it and too fancy with it.
Well, you're one of those artists that don't have to push being in the performance. You have a great presence when you sing.
Thank you.
You're intriguing to watch. Well, can we hear another one?
Well, actually, when we were making the video, Gary and I were messing around with this Everly Brothers tune. That's on one of the outtake videos that you can actually see on my YouTube channel. So we thought we'd have some fun singing an old Everly Brothers song.
Great.
Charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream when I feel blue. In the night when I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, cheese whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. You said cheese whiz.
Yeah, I heard cheese whiz. Cheese whiz is definitely in there.
Cheese whiz.
That was Gary actually singing the lead on that.
That was Gary, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now, let me give this to both of you if you've not seen it. The Everly Brothers are exactly what that says. They're brothers. And they split for like 10 years. They didn't speak. They didn't perform.
Well, Scary and I are splitting after the show.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Perfect. There is a CD. They did their comeback together show at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yes.
It is unbelievable how I wasn't really ever big Everly Brothers fan until I saw that show. If you've not seen it, seek out that DVD.
Remember the conversation, the first after 10 years was, shut up. You shut up.
It's all right there on the DVD.
Shut up.
All right, Gary, one more. There is a book, and I'm embarrassed to say I'm unfamiliar with it. It's from the 60s. It was a huge, very popular book. It's being made into a film, and this is your next project.
Oh, you're talking about the... it's early 70s.
Okay.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy
Okay.
by John Le Carre, yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about that. And
Well, it's set around the sort of special intelligence, sort of Whitehall Secret Service in Britain, and they had obviously relationships with the Russians, very intimate relationships with the Russians, and a mole or a spy has infiltrated the British intelligence. So, but the Russians have put him there, and they would do that. They would put someone there who was there maybe 10 or 15 years. And it's my job as George Smiley to find the mole.
who's directing?
It is Thomas Alfredson, who is a Swedish director, and he made a very interesting vampire movie called Let the Right One In.
Oh, I saw.
Very,
Yeah, it was great.
yeah.
Well, have fun with that. I hear
Yeah.
you're excited.
I am, yeah. So I was there. I was actually in London. Well, I got off the plane last night. So I was. We would have done this, I think, a week ago. But they were tagging at me to do stuff. But,
Yeah.
I start at the beginning of October.
Well, thank you. Can't wait. Best of luck. Sounds great.
Thank you,
Jonathan, great album. Jonathan Clark. Pick it up. Give the website again so people know.
It's JonathanClarkMusic.com. You can find it on iTunes.
Truly is one of those albums that it's just not one or two good songs. Every one of them has something.
Wow, man, thank you.
Well done.
And Carrie, thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, the very best. Gary, wonderful to meet you. Jonathan, great to meet you. Carrie, great to meet you.
Thanks, guys. It was a real pleasure.
We'll get business done and get back. It's the Mark and Brian radio program.
Welcome back in. It is the Mark and Brian Radio program. We're in our home studio now. And again, we want to thank Jonathan Clark and, of course, Gary Oldman and Carrie for coming down and doing such a great job. A little bit embarrassed for him, though.
Yeah.
You know, for that last song. The first two songs were great, but that last song, you know,
It needed.
It needed a little Mark and Brian.
It certainly did.
That's what it needed.
We have a statement we're going to make. Is Jonathan and Gary still out there? Yeah, we're going to show them how this is done.
They obviously have never seen us sing this song.
No, they haven't, and they're about to. Gentlemen, we just wanted to show you how this is supposed to be done.
Oh, really cool.
Sit and enjoy. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream. When I want you in my arms, when I want you, and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream. When I feel blue. And
All right, it's probably...
Hey, I didn't see you pick up the maracas. That cracked me up. And Carrie joined us on guitar. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah. Nice. That's how it's supposed to be done.
I didn't want to make them feel bad or anything, but, you know.
That was great. Thank you, Carrie. All right, we'll get the last...
Anything is better with maracas. Can we just... I mean, listen. Say, can you see everything?
That was great.